Hey everyone, and welcome to the Magical Miracle Network. My name is Ruth Perkinson, and I'm very happy all of you guys are here with me tonight. We have 133 subscribers now. We've made close to 65 videos. We've had over 4,000 views on this channel among those videos, and we're so excited about just tinkering every single month and bringing the best we can bring in this educational network as it grows and develops. And so tonight I am very privileged and honored to have a very good friend of mine. His name is Stevie Kastner, and he is with us tonight to talk about soul food with A Course in Miracles. So welcome back, Stevie.
Hello, everyone.
So thank you. We were talking last week and we just had this really big, right, energetic hit
Mhm.
on soul food with A Course in Miracles. And so we're going to begin a new series on doing this. And we were just like getting really excited, weren't we, about, hey, this is a great idea. You were bringing forth some information that I thought would be so helpful for our listeners. And so let's talk a little bit about what all that is.
Okay.
Yeah. Karen
Uh,
Casey was the first thing, I think, right? The Karen Casey book.
yeah, Karen Casey, she's the author of a book called Daily Meditations for Practicing the Course. And it's something I practice every single day. It's a daily read, and I read it every single day. And it's just a reminder of what I've learned in reading A Course in Miracles. And it's really nice to read this. I have no words to talk about this book other than saying that it's a really great book to follow if you are reading A Course in Miracles. I mean, you can read it in conjunction with the book, or you can just do a course and then you can do this book after. But I actually did it in conjunction with A Course in Miracles. I found out about it through a different ACIM course that was being held here in St. Petersburg. There was a woman in the group that had this book, and I asked her for the title, and I ended up buying it. So while I was doing A Course in Miracles, I was reading this book as well.
Oh, that's lovely. Would it be okay if you just showed us what the book looks like? All right, so just say something so it'll flip now, but bring it back a little bit, Stevie, because it's a little bit blurry and it's still blurry. That's okay. There you go. I think we can see it now. That is the book that he is referring to, Karen Casey's book. Okay, thank you, Stevie. I appreciate that. When we have these blurred backgrounds, it also blurs, I guess it blurs other things too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's good to know that. So and again, you guys, this is a one and done. We don't edit these videos. So just, be patient with us as we learn how the screens work. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about the right mind, the wrong mind, and then pick up on a couple of affirmations that you use before you go to sleep at night. So wherever you want to pick up right there, Stevie.
Okay, so after I read the daily meditations for practicing the course, there's a list of affirmations that I read every single day. And they're just personal affirmations that I created for myself, although they could probably help other people, I'm sure. But it's they're personal affirmations that I feel like I sometimes need, and it's just great to sit there and close my eyes and read the affirmations. And there's times that I will read an affirmation out loud or with my eyes closed, depending on what affirmation it is. And if I feel like I really need that affirmation that day, then I really focus. I take a little bit more time on that affirmation. And I have
So
about,
these are ones you've actually written.
yeah, these are affirmations I personally wrote for myself.
Right. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Good for
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
You heard it here first, everybody. You heard it here first, right?
yep. So they're all personally written for myself. But I'm sure, they could be used by other people. But there's probably about 15 on my list, and I know we're only going to talk about three today. And the three that I would like to talk about is the first one is I sleep in peace. I use that a lot because I was having trouble sleeping. And I just decided one day to add that to my affirmation list. And if I feel like I'm not getting enough rest, I will focus on that affirmation and really feel that affirmation. I just don't say it. I actually close my eyes and I say, I sleep in peace, and I see myself sleeping in peace when I say this affirmation. And I honestly want to say it's helped me a lot because there was a time before I started reading this information or this affirmation that I was not sleeping well. I would literally get into bed and my mind would go into overdrive. And I just decided one day to add this affirmation to my list, and now I can get into bed and my mind doesn't go into overdrive. I could get into bed and go right to sleep.
Wow,
So,
that's so lovely that it's just but what I feel like you're saying is you really are you're thinking it, you're saying it, and you're really feeling it and actually visualizing it.
yes, yes, I'm feeling it. I'm seeing it. I'm doing everything that I can think of that could create this affirmation into my life and really apply it into my life. Um, Another affirmation I like to read every day is I receive love. That's an affirmation that's very important to me because I think everybody needs love. And when I say I receive love, I say that in the terms of anyone around me, even strangers, people on the streets. I love connecting with random people in stores and just radiating that love to that other person while I'm talking to them. Because one of the things I love to do is connect with people. So there's times when I'm meeting strangers and while I'm talking to them, I will repeat that affirmation. I receive love. And I honestly feel it works because these are random people that I'm talking to, and you know, it's so easy for them to just disconnect from that connection. And as I say, I receive love, I feel like I get more of that from that individual. And it's just with anybody, it's with animals, it's with people, it's with everything in my life. I say I receive love, and I feel like because I have really feel that when I connect with people, I feel like I'm getting that back. So,
I love that. I receive love. And yeah, because one of the things that A Course in Miracles talks about is giving and receiving are
mm,
one. So it really sounds like you're doing that when you're having those interactions. I
mhm.
love that. I love that affirmation. Okay, what's number three?
Well, it's actually goes along with I receive love, I give love.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So that's the next affirmation is I give love. So there's times when I'm walking in my neighborhood or just seeing an individual that I don't even know, and I'll just say that affirmation to that person. I give love, or I see my dog and I say to myself, I give love, and I feel really good and at peace when I say I give love because not only am I receiving that love, I'm giving that love back. And that's what's important.
Yes. I really love that. And you know what I'm seeing about these affirmations that they're just so simple and they're so easy to apply.
Yes, absolutely. Um, yeah, so they're very easy to apply, and I highly recommend people out there to write whatever you feel you need in your life. And that's your affirmation, and really sit with that. And you have to be consistent with it. It's not something that you just write on a post-it note and, leave it somewhere. I mean, I'm sure that could work for some people, but for me, I like to write it down and really sit with that information.
Mhm.
I know some people, going back to the post-it notes, they like to put them on their mirrors and stuff like that. And I think that works, but I don't really think you you really feel that affirmation if you're just reading it on a post-it note and you're like getting ready or something. For me, I like to sit with that affirmation, and even outside of sitting with those affirmations and reading them, I like to apply them when I'm outside as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, I highly recommend affirmations for people. And like I said, uh, create affirmations that apply to you, and you will see a difference.
Yeah. So, yeah, speaking of that, so you started doing these affirmations, it seems like probably a while ago, right? You've created these own affirmations now. Where you were before you started, and then kind of as you've been going through and doing the repetition of it, um, have you noticed a big difference in your life?
Yes, absolutely. Um, yeah,
That's
and
yeah.
I mean, another affirmation that I have on my list is I am peaceful. And having peace in my life is very important. And I feel like if you are a peaceful person, you're going to attract peaceful people into your life. And and I have. I've attracted a lot of peaceful people into my life. And I feel that if you really say that affirmation and you put it out there, not just within your mind and you feel it within your mind, but if just putting it out there, because they say, be careful what you say because it might come back to you. Well, that's why I'm conscious with my affirmations, because I want to make sure what I'm putting out there is what I'm going to get back in a very peaceful way. So,
Absolutely. Oh, I really love that. And just for viewers, we're going to also talk about the right mind and the wrong mind. When we're in our right minds and we use these affirmations, our minds really are so powerful,
yes,
and that giving and receiving is actually occurring, and it's flowing between you and whatever being you're in front of. You can just have the thought. You don't have to say a word to anyone. You can just have the thought, and the intention and the power behind that beautiful thought is literally going to that being. And I think that's really lovely. So
yes,
thank you for those affirmations. I sleep in peace. I receive love. I give love, and I am peaceful. That's great soul food for really anybody using A Course in Miracles. So let's just shift a little bit into the Karen Casey reading we were going to talk about tonight, and she's talking about that daily affirmation about being in the right mind. Would you like to go into that and read that for us?
sure, absolutely. So the title to today's daily read is called The Right Mind, and it goes, all attack thoughts are gone when we are in our right mind. We complicate our lives. We analyze, make judgments, argue, and feel either superior or inferior to others. The mind we nourish is seldom quiet. It's generally agitated, and we don't even realize the peace we're missing. Where is the right mind the Course speaks of when we're not automatically in it? This sounds so mysterious, doesn't it? We are learning that we have two minds. One is the ego's camp, and one is nurtured by the Holy Spirit. Whichever one we turn to moment by moment decides the tenor of the experience we'll have. Discovering, as we eventually do, that we are always peaceful in one mind and always agitated in the other, makes the best choice obvious. I will be peaceful regardless of what is happening today if I stay right-minded.
Yeah. I love that. And so it sounds to me like, you're spending a large majority of your day in your right mind, using your affirmations, using the Karen Casey book, which is a great supplement to A Course in Miracles. And, just being a student of the Course, you really do begin to distinguish the difference between the wrong mind and the right mind.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I love this. And so do you want to bring up anything else that's coming up as far as, just affirmations or right-mindedness, wrong-mindedness, anything else that comes up that you might want to share with people that might be helpful tonight?
Um, I think the only thing I would probably say is uh, the Holy Spirit is always with you. You just have to be willing and open to accept that. The ego is so sneaky that even today, I had ego thoughts and I literally had to go in front of a mirror and talk to myself about these thoughts that I was having because that's what works for me is when I go in front of a mirror and I talk to myself about these ego thoughts that I'm having and I just ask for the Holy Spirit to come in and help me. And it works. It really works. And that's really all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that because it's a good idea just to go get in front of a mirror or look out the window. I did that today because I was in the ego mind. It's every single day while we're in this world of time and space. We are dealing with the ego thought system. And I remember I walked right up to the my sliding glass door downstairs, and I was like, "Okay, help!" And that was the word I used. I was like, "Help! I know I'm in my wrong mind because I feel separate. I feel tired. Whatever it was that I was feeling at the moment." And I'll be honest, it took a little while for me to kind of shift out of that wrong mindedness, that ego thought system, and get into my right mind. So I think the idea too, wouldn't you say, for a lot of people doing the course and or just listening to any of this, is to be very gentle with yourself as you go through and really begin to discern between the difference between being in the ego mind and then being in spirit mind. And you just know the difference is by how you feel. If you're thinking with spirit, thinking with those beautiful affirmations, you are feeling really good. You're feeling on top of the world.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, I can't agree any more than what you just said because it's just at the beginning, for most students, at least for me, it was very challenging to to really connect with the Holy Spirit because we've been conditioned to have that ego thought consistently, at least for some of us. Um, and it really took me a while to get there. And what helped was A Course in Miracles and reading my daily meditations uh, and then reading the affirmations that I created for myself is what really led me to a less ego state of mind and more connected to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. That's so well said. And it's just, it seems to me like since you've been doing A Course in Miracles that just, and for me personally, just my life has just gotten better. And I heard from a very wise person recently that there's no regression,
Mhm.
that as you do the healing of your own split mind, that you don't really go backwards at all. You're always making progress when you're joining with the Holy Spirit and repairing your mind. And I
Mhm.
think that's really quite lovely. Stevie, thank you so much for bringing the soul food to everyone tonight. And I love your affirmations. I'll read them one more time to everyone. I sleep in peace. And you really visualize that.
Absolutely.
I receive love. Number two, I give love and I am peaceful. So just really, so if you guys want to jot those down, those are really great affirmations to use. And thank you for sharing those with us. Soul Food with Stevie Kastner. And we love that Karen Casey book, Daily Affirmations Using A Course in Miracles. It's a great book. So I'll put that in the description. Well, Stevie, tonight, while I find that stop button, is there any last golden nugget you'd like to share with the viewers out there? Anything that comes to mind?
Mhm. Let's see.
How
I
about,
would I
yeah.
would say just do it. That's all I have to say is do it.
Yes, do the course because it's just, there's nothing like it, right?
Exactly.
I love you, my friend.
Love you too.